Hey, what's up everybody? My name is Carolyn and welcome back to another episode of Beauty and Brews. Hope you're having a wonderful Saturday, and as the title reads, we are going to be reviewing Powdered Dreams by Captain Lawrence Brewing Company. So if you're interested to see how this look turns out and review as well, keep on watching. As the title reads, we are going to be reviewing Powdered Dreams by Captain Lawrence Brewing Company. This brewing company is based out in Elmsworth, New York. I've done a previous video on this company as well. I'll go ahead and link that above so you can check that video out after you're done this one. But before we get really deep into the review and then the makeup look, if you want to be notified anytime I post a new video, which are usually on Saturdays and Mondays, which Saturdays are related to beer and makeup, and then on Mondays are related to just makeup. So if you are into both of those things, please subscribe. Alright, let's go ahead and take a look at this can that we're working with today. For today's episode, we're reviewing the Powdered Dreams New England IPA. And if you are unfamiliar with the New England IPA term, what it means is it is a traditional IPA, but a hyped up version of it basically, which actually came from New England, America. And it's known for having a hazy, medium, citrusy, pine kind of flavors to it, but overall it's traditionally a little higher in ABV as well. And typically a lot of New England IPAs have lactose in it, so if you are sensitive to lactose, sugars, definitely stay away from these types of beers. So I'm gonna go ahead and crack this baby open, and while we crack it open, I'm gonna go ahead and talk a little bit about the beer as well. So for Captain Lawrence Brewing Company's Powdered Dreams, it looks like this is actually part of a series that they're working on, like maybe an experimental series. From what I had researched, it looks like they have like a bunch of different types of IPAs dedicated to using different hops. For this series, it uses Azacca Lupulin powder. So I'm not entirely sure what that entails, but I'm sure it's like some powdered form of hops maybe. And this also is dry hopped as well. The definition of dry hopping is the process of adding hops, usually in the secondary to a beer, to add more of a hopped aroma to it. And traditionally dry hopping is done in beer styles like pale ales and IPAs, but people are utilizing them in many different processes of the brewing stages. It's pretty much slapped on top when they're boiling it, but they don't wet the hops for. From what I'm remembering from working at Victory my entire life basically, is that they literally dump the hops right on in, and it makes this very aromatic IPA. If you go on to Untapped, they have a bunch of different beers listed under Powdered Dreams, just with different hops. So if you're into IPAs, definitely check out Captain Lawrence Brewing Company, just because the series looks pretty awesome to me. And with this Captain Lawrence Powdered Dreams, it is a 7.5 ABV with this one, and it is made with the Simcoe and Cascade hops. So I'm gonna go ahead and crack this open and we'll see what it looks like. That's an interesting flavor combination for a New England style. As you can see, it is hazy, it is golden in color, it's a little darker, almost looks maltier, and when you go to taste it, you do really get this breadiness and this slight maltiness. This is a very unique New England style IPA that I've ever had. It's not as like aromatic as IPAs typically are, it's just slightly citrusy at first. It's a very clean mouthfeel, so I would give it probably about almost a light medium body. Again, it's bready, and that surprises me, and maybe it's the way that they create this beer that makes it that yeasty, bready flavoring so prominent for me personally. I mean, everyone's taste buds are different. What you taste might be entirely different than what I'm tasting. It smells like, overall, yeah, this is pretty tasty. It's very smooth, hazy, it's golden, it's got a little breadiness to it, a little maltiness, and At first I was like, do I taste corn? Because I don't know why corn. And I'm thinking maybe it's the Azacca Lupulin powder. It could be one of the other hops in here as well, creating that flavor on my taste buds. You can see it, there's like chunks of whatever fermentation process. It could be leftover hops, whatever. It's kind of like probiotics, beer. And actually beer has a lot of good minerals for you. And I've heard that if you work out and have a beer afterwards, it's really good for you. Excuse me. Yeah, but not bad. Let's go ahead and create a makeup look with this. I hope you guys are excited for this one. I know I am. I think the colors on here are awesome. And let's go ahead and jump into the makeup look. So I'm gonna go ahead and prime my eyes and do that off camera, and I'll be right back as well. Alright, we are starting over with this eye because that was just looking very muddy. I'm gonna go ahead and take that orange from Violet Voss and buff that in the inner corner like I did before. I'm gonna take the plum berry color from this as well. This is a shimmer. Pack that in, take that orange and blend it together. I'm gonna take a red from the Cherry on Top BH palette. Ooh, there we go. And I'm layering that on top of that shimmer. That blends just so much more effortlessly with that orange. I swear, I don't really want to buy Morphe palettes much anymore because of the issues they give me. I'm just buffing that orange around the edge of this, blending it together. That looks 10 times better than the other one. I need the other BH palettes that they just came out with. They're amazing. I absolutely love them. I'm going to take the color Sweeten from the Bubblegum BH palette as well. I'm going to buff that together. Obviously, red and blue make purple, so this is going to be a relatively easier gradient, hopefully. Alright, that is looking a lot better than it did before. I'm going to try to pack a little bit more burgundy on and kind of buff that together with the blue. It is looking kind of patchy right here, but we'll try to make it work. Again, I'm going to go ahead and kind of cut it so it doesn't look as aggressive and use a makeup wipe to kind of like clean it all up. So let me go ahead and do that and I'll be right back. Alright, so this is what the eye looks like with it being all cleaned up. I just took a Q-tip and some micellar water from Garnier and just cleaned it up along the crease and along the top just to give it more of a more cohesive look to it. I'm gonna go ahead and add a little bit of some ABH primer to the lid and then just pretty much pat that down with a neutral color, and then I'm gonna go ahead and add eyeliner. I'm taking a color called Cream from the Violet Voss palette and just doing that as my base color of this look. And I'm taking that Luxie brush and I'm going to go and just buff the edges together just so it's a little bit more cohesive. Obviously you can't see it, but when I blink you can, so. Alright, since this eye is being quite difficult, I'm going to drink some more beer. The more I drink this beer, the more piney it gets, and you can still taste that breadiness throughout. Next, we're gonna take the ColourPop eyeliner in the shade Crazy. That's how this eyeshadow is making me feel. Alright, that looks pretty cool like that. Alright, so I'm gonna do the other eye off camera and I'll be right back. Alright everybody, what do we think? I'm gonna go ahead and add mascara. I've already added a little bit of cream blush, and again, I'll list everything down below. I don't feel like going into it that much with the products, but I hope you guys are enjoying this video so far. Let me go ahead and add, sorry, I have a hair on my nose. Let me go ahead and add mascara real quick. I'm feeling the effects of that beer so far. And this is the Princess Lash by Essence. I would say this isn't bad. Bailey Sarian recommended it, and it's alright. They're pretty cheap. It's like $4.99 for this. And I did line the waterline with a cream liner to make the eyes pop a little bit more. I'm gonna leave the lower lash line clear and just leave it as is, just to kind of like keep the aesthetics on top. I'm gonna go ahead and apply a little bit of a highlighter. This is the Floss highlighter that I got with the Allure subscription box, and I'm just taking a Sigma highlighter brush and applying that, and it's just like this really beautiful cream highlighter that just looks really nice on fair skin. I'm not sure whether or not this would look good on darker skin tones, but I think there's a chance it might. I would hope. Last but not least, we're going to add the So Juicy Lip Plumping Lip Gloss from ColourPop. Alright everybody, this is the final look. What do we think? Do you like it? Would you try making this look? I honestly really like this. It took forever and it was hard to figure out what colors were not going to look so muddy together, because at first I tried the Morphe palette and that was not working. As you could see earlier in the video, it did not work out at all. Overall, I think this looks really awesome, and Captain Lawrence Brewing Company makes an incredible variety of beers, so definitely check them out. They're from New York. I'm not sure how many states they're able to ship to, but definitely check out their website if you're interested in this beer. This again was a hazy New England IPA and was brewed with a dry hopped Azacca Lupulin powder and Cascade and Simcoe hops. So if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up on your way out, and don't forget to subscribe if you're new here. And I thank you so much for watching another episode of Beauty and Brews, and I hope you enjoy the rest of your day. Thanks so much. Bye.